Here we go again, back with more Pro Cycling Manager Season 2015 Pro Cyclist mode. It's the final part of the Giro d'Italia, and look at the lineup we got. This was, of course, last video's last stage in the Giro d'Italia. Today we have a really sick mountain stage, Category 2 climbs, Category 3, Category 1, and then a Aprica at the end. We are going over Montirolo, for example, one of the most famous mountains in Italy. Then another flat stage, small mountain stage, number 19 up Savinla, Bartolome, San Pantaleon, stage 20 up Sestriere. This is pretty much this year's Giro d'Italia, I think. And then the last stage is a flat stage in Milano, similar to the Champs-Élysées stage that many of you probably know from Tour de France, which is pretty much just a parade stage where nothing really will happen in overall classification and the sprinters will battle it out for the victory. But let's just get it started because we have a lot of great races to do in this video. And the first one is probably the most mountainous one, Pinzolo to Aprica. And isn't that steep, but Montirolo is really tough, so I think we'll see some stuff happening there. Okay guys, we're really close to the bottom of Montirolo right now, and look at this climb. Black and red almost all the way up. Small orange bits here and there. But this is going to be so long and so steep, 15 kilometers to the top right now, which means that the mountain is probably around 13 kilometers itself. I imagine if the finish was at the top, it would be absolutely insanely good for me, but I have to save up some energy. I know I can regain a lot on the downhill section afterwards, but I imagine that'll go pretty fast as well, so I have to save up some energy for the downhill and the last climb as well up to Aprica. But let's just get it started because I'll have to go at my own pace again here. I think I can really drop a lot of people. Maybe Henao and Nibali are probably too good for me. Pinot as well if he likes to follow me. But it's been my team doing most of the work today. Now the climb starts. I'll make my move already. 65 is probably around the number I should go with. I think people will drop really soon. It's actually good that my teammates are sitting right behind me, because when they tire out, they will start blocking off my competitors who will then have to close the gaps up. It is Kangar who's sitting my way. Castroyevo is not that great even here. It's Tachevich. Nibali sits in the best position of all of the favorites right now, I'll have to say. And now as well has 82 mounts, and I didn't realize that in the last video, but I realized he's much better than I thought he was. Already have an 8-man group here with Uran, Henao, and then we have none of the Yates brothers are here. I keep on thinking that's Adam Yates, but Uran has taken, I think that's the green jersey, or the sprint jersey. Of course not the green jersey here in the Giro. From me, I'm still leading every competition in the race right now. 10% average, 12.7 kilometers long, Passo del Montirolo. Really crazy mountain this one is. We've already gained 2 minutes to the rest. With guys like Pinot and both the Yates brothers are down there. Let's see, Uran is here, Yates is not here, there's the other Yates. Nibali and Henao can really overtake Yates brothers now. Amador's not here, Roland not here, Pinot. Who else was here? Kangar probably goes up some places in the rankings. And Castroyevo is really surprisingly sitting here. He should be falling off pretty soon, I would imagine. Sabirov and Astana being caught up now. If he has energy left, he could be a great helper for Astana, but I don't think he has. Castroyevo blocks out Uran now, it seems. Uran will have to close the gap up to me again. I'll put up to 70 now because I feel like I have to make some use of this. Oh, we have a double Colombian attack here, Henao and Uran attacking. That pretty much signals the end for Kangar. And now it's really going fast now, Nibali as well. Don't know if I'm just going slow at the moment or if they're just using too much energy too early on. I'm hoping it's still the latter part and that I'm just saving my energy up smartly right now. So we have Uran who's in second now, of course, and Henao in the group up here. Nibali as well just in front of me. And now we have Henao and Uran in the lead of the entire stage. I have caught up with most of the breakaway now, it seems. As we entered the last 5 kilometers here, we entered the last 5 kilometers. Okay, we have, I think this is Hesjedal and Demarki. And Nordhaug was the best guy from the breakaway. Oh, Brambilla is still here as well. So Brambilla is the best guy from the breakaway. Put up to 75 just because I would really like to be with these guys once we go over the top of Mozzolo, so I can actually sit in that group for the downhill section. Just get some water here while I'm at alone, so I don't have to drop down or lose any pace. So usually getting water at critical moments like this can really be painful if you're sitting in a group. But this seems pretty easy. Let's see, put it up to 85 here as we go to the top. Actually 80, because I'm going the fastest right now. So I don't know if they can actually stick with this pace. Oh, Nibali is stuck behind Brambilla. That group cost him his 3rd place overall to Henao. Henao is, okay, still 4 minutes after. So it's me with the 2 Colombian riders now. 2 Colombian great mountain riders, Uran and Henao. Uran is doing surprisingly well in my opinion. Oh, now he actually drops. Henao is my biggest competitor in the mountains. I expected this to happen. He has better mountain stats than Uran as well. So it's not that surprising. But I do drop in him as well. I prove that I am the strongest climber in this Giro. Put on 65. I don't care that he catches me again. He will probably catch me and overtake me as well because I've used up a lot of energy already. I'm excited to see how much I will gain doing the downhill of my yellow bar back. Doesn't seem like that much already, but there's still a lot of downhill section to go here. And Henao and Uran are pretty tired, both of them, which is why they're not gaining on me, because they've used all of their bar. I haven't used all of my bar at all. So I don't even know if they're regenerating right now. They're probably just going full speed right now. Almost down at the bottom here. Let's just check. There's a little black section here at the beginning, which will be really tough. And we'll have to watch out for them not to catch me. And then it's pretty flat to the finish line as well. Slightly uphill all the way, of course. Let's just get to the little black section here, because I have 1 minute now to a 3-man group. I imagine that's Uran, Nibali and Henao. It is Brambilla from the breakaway. Adam Yates is just behind him. I think he has ridden his own pace up this mountain. Put up to 65 here as we enter another plus 12% climb here. Over 14% right now. Really steep climb. I'll just put on 65 right now and go at my own pace. That's pretty much the best I can do. It seems like I am actually going to win this stage, which I honestly didn't expect, because I felt like I was about to lose it. But I think I did a great move in using a lot of my energy at the top of Mozzolo and dropping them there, because I don't think I would have been able to drop them here towards the end. I use my energy gel as well now, because I can. And then we sprint for bonus seconds. Of course, I have already won the stage, but for time more likely. So yeah, not bonus seconds, but time. And let's do a celebration. Yay! Another stage win. Stage 16 done. 4 or 5 stages remaining, I think. That's 21 stages. I don't know if the Team Times Ride is counted as a stage or stage 0. Sometimes it is. But yeah, we at least have the next one is, I think, was a flat stage. Then we have 2 or 3 more mountain stages to go before ending up in Milano. Okay, here we have the next mountain stage. Just looking at it, doesn't look that frightening. Only one climb, and it ends downhill. So I don't think we'll see as big gaps as we did on the last stage, where I managed to beat all the other riders and create over a minute gap to them all. But still, we should see some gaps, and hopefully I'll be in the front group, and maybe I'll even have a gap once we hit the top of the hills. Okay, on the last climb, and this climb is actually really steep and much longer than I anticipated. 10.6 kilometers. We are at the last 4 kilometers to climb. 9% average. This is almost as crazy as Mozzolo. Not quite, but still pretty close. I've got in a group with Nibali, Uran, and Simon Yates, actually, not Adam Yates or not Henao this time. And just been catching up to the breakaway now. Nibali and Uran is struggling. I think Simon Yates actually dropped off. I just got a little hold to them because of the fact that I caught up with the breakaway, and I think it was Fugler who was blocking the wheel of me, so Nibali fell off. Now I'm overtaking this breakaway group. It is Visconti who's trying to follow with me. He's of course has a bit more energy left than the rest of the guys because he's been sitting in the breakaway. Or it's been going a bit slow up this mountain and has been taking up a lot of energy on the flat part instead. But he can't keep up with this pace for a long time at all. I'm now going solo, it seems. I had to save some energy because, as you can see here, there's actually another little hill afterwards, which is also around 2 or 3 kilometers long. So I can use all of my energy up as we reach the top here. I have to save some as well for the next one. A little downhill section here, and then it goes up again here. Another 9% climb. I think it's Uran or Hinao behind me. Adam Yates as well. Just attacked. I just saw that. It is Nibali, Hinao, Yates. They're actually overtaking Uran. Uran is, I think, 4 minutes ahead of Nibali, so it's not like he's in that much danger of losing his second place. But you never really know what could happen on these kind of stages. Now I just have to go slow. I don't really want to risk that much and go down completely towards the end here. I don't care about the stage win that much. Would be nice, but if I get it, great. If I don't, who cares? Still 25 kilometers to go, and I still have some energy left and my energy gel. So I just want to play it safe and not risk too much here. If you just want to look at the standings after this stage, we can just do it now anyway. 1 second, Nibali moves up to 3rd, Adam is in 4th. He now overtakes Simon Yates and is now in 5th. Pinot moves up to 9th. Surprises Amador, I didn't expect him to be here. I expect probably Sagrin. He's actually the same stats. Pantano surprisingly well has not surprisingly well as well. And that's pretty much all there's to say. Nibali is getting closer to me now as we are in the last 15 kilometers or so. Put up to 70. I know I should probably put it on the dot, but don't know if I have the strength to do that. I don't know if that even changes the pace if I put on the dot on or just maintain position. I think the only thing that matters right now when you're sitting out by yourself is the effort meter, of course, the yellow bar here. Put it up to 80 because now I want to ensure that I get this stage win. 53, I'm gaining time again. Pull it back to 75. The energy really came in handy here towards the end, as Nibali is probably around gaining about a minute or so to the rest, which is probably most interesting right now. It seems like I have pretty good control over this Giro victory. Nibali will come in 2nd here. Then we have a 3-man group probably. I would imagine Uran and Adam Yates and Hinao maybe. Yates, Uran and Hinao, yes. It is actually the top 5 coming in here. Simon Yates drops off towards the end. Couldn't keep up. Loses even more time. Comes in here with Roland, Pinot and Amador. Roland, Pinot, Amador. It's actually the top 9 is pretty similar. It's actually the same top 9 as in the overall standing, so no surprises here. This is exactly the most 7-9 riders who come in front here. Visconti from Breakaway comes in 10th, so you can't really say, but next guys should be Sagrin and Pantano, who's right now fighting for the last spot in top 10. All I have to say now is I think we have 2 more mountains to go, so let's get them over with. Here we have probably the green stage of this year's Giro d'Italia, from Gravellona Tosa to Cervinia, and it has 3 category 1 climbs. I think this is a category 1 or category 2 climb. I'm thinking category 1, just looking at similarity to this one. It's probably a bit shorter. Actually, it seems like it's the same distance if you measure it. But I've just realized something. They don't have special category mountains like in Vuelta or hot category HC climbs in the Giro d'Italia like in the Tour. So I actually think this is 3 of the biggest climbs you can possibly do in Italy in a row, which makes this stage by far the hardest one. And I'm going to risk it all. I know I have 10 minute lead, so I don't think I'll lose that one. And I'm pretty good in the mountains I've been seeing on the last 2 stages, which both ended up in victories. So I'll be putting a move on from right here and hopefully last, and not, of course not attacking, but just setting a pace and going with it towards the end. Let's see what happens and get the race on the way. Okay, we've just come, still 85 kilometers to finish line, and now we reached the bottom of the first climb, Saint Barthélemy. I'm holding at 60 because I don't want, there's still 80 kilometers to the finish line. So 60 is maybe even too much, but I want to have some fireworks on this stage. A lot of stages going downhill as well, of course, so I have some opportunity to regenerate some energy. But now I want to move to the right because I see the space over there. I think that Nibali sitting here in the blue jersey. I think the blue jersey is it's probably the mountain jersey, honestly. But yeah, now it's up to me. I have Laporte sitting a pace for me at the beginning here. And now I'm going slowly away. Let's see. Haas, Henao, Nibali. Henao and Uran, of course. Still sitting. How close are they for the battle for second? Uran still 4 minutes ahead of Nibali, who gained a minute on him in the last stage. Yates still a minute and a half after Nibali, but I feel like he's been weaker than Nibali lately on. He now could still overtake Yates for 4th place if he has a good stage today. I feel like he has the stats to do it at least. If he got the tactics too, that's a whole nother question. They could already see people are struggling now, especially my teammates sitting up in front here. Duarte is pretty much the only one who's okay, but he's not really done much better on these mountain stages than top 30. So I'm not expecting more today as well than that from him. If he can make it over the top on this first category 1 climb, that would be great. If you can't, nah, too bad. I just need to get up the top here, still 10 kilometers to go, and get my water bottles for my first little stint. You can see people struggling now. Laporte, Soup, it's pretty much only Catre. Oh, Catre's already fallen off actually. He's probably stuck in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's pretty much only Duarte who has any energy left. Ofredo is doing pretty well, and Martinez still has a small bit of his yellow bar remaining. But it's not a lot. Sakrin is struggling to keep on right now. Amador as well. I think that's Matthias Frank from Switzerland moving up to protect him now, I would imagine. Not Uran, of course. Duarte dropping back, I don't really know. Oh, he's getting bottles. See, this always happens. The AI tells him, oh my god, his captain has no water left. Go get bottles, and now he has to move all the way back, and I don't think, maybe he has the energy to do it, but most likely it doesn't. And it'll be a struggle trying to move past all of these riders who are falling backwards. And if he gets stuck behind one of them, it'll really hurt his chances. Put up to 65 for a bit because there's still a downhill section afterwards. And let's see some more great riders falling off. I should probably have waited for Duarte to get back up, but you only get this chance very rarely, so I'm sticking with this. Bue, Visconti now as well. Acevedo. Trofimos still hangs on. Duarte sitting with now down to the last 51 riders or so. Kangar goes up to Nibali again. I think he's up with bottles perhaps, or maybe he's just trying to protect him from the tough pace being set by myself. They have 6 riders out in front. I haven't even checked who it is, but I don't really care that much. Santromita, who's been in breakaway almost every stage. He has won a stage as well, doing this year's Giro. And as you can see, 5th in the mountain competition. And the rest of the guys in the mountain competition is all of the GC guys and Ryder Hessedal as well, who's also been in a lot of breakaways, of course. And now in the top 20 riders. 47 riders left now. Geschke falls off, which means that it'll probably be around 40 guys now. Hivert, Chilin, Hesjedal now drops as well. Duarte is really struggling now. He just has to hang on for another 2 kilometers. He finds the gap and gets me the water bottles that I needed. Really nice from Duarte. And now it flattens out a lot here towards the end of the climb. Not really that much to be worried about anymore for the other riders. 37 riders remaining. And then if you're struggling now, you should have been falling off a long time ago. As I go over the top of this climb as the first rider, I don't think I got any mountain points for that. Maybe I did. Just check it quickly. Actually, I got 2 points. Increased my lead a bit to Uran, I think. So I'll move down it again. Luckily enough, I have Duarte who can set a tough pace. Right now, not allowing too many riders from the groups behind us to get back. Astana, of course, still the dominant team with a lot of riders here. But now it's just speeded up as we head to the bottom of the next climb. And yeah, I'll try to save my tactic again. I don't want to put it at too much more than 65. I feel like that'll be hurting my chances a lot myself. I put it at 70 just to change things up a bit here. and see if that changes anything at all. De Gent is, I don't know if he was just coming back and he got chopped immediately again. But Stetina seems to be already maybe falling off a bit. I'd imagine some of the riders up here will fall off sooner than him, just because they're not captains. But it seems like, yeah, Stetina is actually not having the easiest of days today. Okay. Matthias Frank moves Uran up, and we have, I think it's de Klerk and Santromita here from the breakaway. It's probably him who's blocking some of the riders now. De Klerk falling off now. I'm seeing a really tough pace at the moment, and this is the final breakaway riders. Sørensen, Truka and Pirassi. 74 stats, not great enough compared to the riders in this group. Every rider in this group is a great climber, otherwise they wouldn't have lasted. They have all over 75 rated climbers right now, I would say. But there's still 10 kilometers left of this climb, and then we have another Category 1 climb as well after this. So there's still plenty of climbing to be done, and a lot of these climbers will not make it up to the top. But surprisingly, my pretty high pace is actually not hurting that many riders. Maybe it's because of how pretty much non-steep this climb is. It isn't really that steepest climb, this one. But an attack from all of the other favorites, Amador, Yates, and of course Nibali, trying to take the second place away from Uran. I'm not worried about Nibali, so I'm not countering an attack. He's not a threat for me overall. None of the riders are a threat for me overall. And it seems like Nibali has created a gap now. 75, I'll have to move it up against just to keep him in check. I don't want him to get a too big of a lead on the downhill section. He has 81 downhill. That's insane. And Sky has 5 riders represented now at the top. Only 13 riders remaining. One Yates. It's both the Yates brothers are here. Caruso now riding they want to catch Nibali. Sky is desperate to catch Nibali right now. I'd put it up to 80 again here. And Pozzovivo, Pinot, Kangas not here. Amador moved up as well now. A lot of Sky riders, but they're struggling to keep up. Jürgen Hart. It's Caruso's really pulling today. He's in surprisingly good shape, considering his stats. Amador almost dropping here. And now I can just relax on the Sky train here, I think. Nibali will probably gain some time on the downhill, but that isn't really the biggest worry for me right now. I'll just go at my own pace, because I think I'm losing energy just sitting on wheels, so it's actually better to go at a lower work rate and going your own pace. And because Caruso seems like he's actually catching up with Nibali, which is surprising. And Amador is going to probably get a few minutes or so on 6th place. I think that's Simon Yates. I don't know how close they are in the overall ranking. Let's just check it. He's still 5 minutes behind, so that's probably pretty unlikely that he will actually overtake. But I've lost a lot of energy already. This is pretty scary. I'll have to move down to 60 to not risk losing all of my energy with over 10 kilometers to the finish line. So I'll have to be pretty safe now. I could use my gel already, but I feel like that's too early on, with still so much climbing left to be done. I'm letting Nibali get away on this stage because I don't feel like I have the best day today, and the best strategy, of course. But that's what you get from attacking from 80 kilometers out and riding in front the entire stage. You lose a lot of energy, and meanwhile the rest have just been sitting and resting. I should have gone at a higher pace at the beginning and then lowered it down more, because that way they could have just been sitting and relaxing on my wheel. They would have to work a bit more. But that's too late to change anything about that now. Now it's just going by myself. I'll use my gel now. He has 2 minutes now. Uran is still not to be seen, so he's getting 3 minutes on Rigoberto Uran, and he has about 4 minutes up to him. This is a great news for Nibali right now, who's been really much riding this stage perfectly. Amador has been riding it pretty well as well. Now the Sky team falls off here, you can see it. But so am I going to be soon. Only 4 kilometers to the finish line for me. 3 minutes for Nibali. Amador's just sitting on my wheel, even though I'm not riding that fast. And Nibali takes the stage victory. And I think Amador will take second and I'll take third. Don't care that much about it. I'll lose about 3 minutes, maybe more to Nibali. With 1 stage remaining. Bit sad that I didn't win the Queen stage after winning the last 2 mountain stages. But I pretty much secured my victory in the overall classification by doing this. I still got third. Uran got in 6th with Henao. I was expecting one of those 2 riders to actually be the best on this today's stage. But Nibali actually managed to came out on top. Geoghan Hart in 9th. That probably means he moves up a lot in the standings. No Yates actually to be seen in top 10. Oh, that's going to really hurt the Yates brothers. I will not imagine if... I can imagine they've been dropped out of the top 5, both of them. I mean, of course, some Yates has already. But there's still... The time gaps in the top 10 right now are so big that the chances of any changes happening is really slim. I'm excited to see if Nibali has actually overtaken Uran. Okay, this is the last mountain stage, the last important stage of this year's Giro. And I'm still leading in every competition. Uran is, I think, 20 or 30 seconds ahead of Nibali, so there's a big battle going on for second place. This is the only out-of-category mountain in the entire Giro d'Italia. I think it's actually named after Coppi, Fausto Coppi in real life, but I can't remember exactly what it's called. Maybe I'm just completely wrong and it's another thing entirely. But let's just get restarted. It's the last important stage of this year's Giro. I will of course race the last stage as well because I want to see the podium ceremony and me getting pretty much every single jersey apart from the team competition, which of course is not a jersey. But yeah, let's just get it underway. Okay, we are now closing in on another insane mountain on the last stage, ending up on Sestria, but before that we had to go up Colle del Filadestra. Look at this profile. It's almost completely red. Little steep section at the beginning and then red and orange all the way up. Nice, stable climb all the way up. If you want to take a quick look before we enter it at the standing so far to see what can actually change, I'm thinking I'm pretty secure on my first place. I have 10 minutes down to Rico Baturan in second, but he's only 22 seconds ahead of Nibali in third, so there will be a big battle for second. He now has been better in the mountains than Adam Yates lately, so him overtaking Adam Yates for fourth is not unlikely either. As well as Amador been better than Simon Yates lately, so there could be a battle for sixth as well. Pinot, I don't really know. I think he'll probably be sacrificed as a helper for Nibali, so I don't see him making that big moves up in the overall standings. Roland has been awful lately and I don't really know why, because he should be the captain and he just hasn't performed at all. Sagrin is probably going to overtake him if he keeps up his shape piece that he's shown in the last couple of stages. We have a lot of Sky riders, of course. Caruso, Geoghan Hart, Maya, Simon Yates now. I don't know who they'll work for. Probably Henao, but usually they ended up working against each other in some way. All there is to do now is I'm going to set a tough pace at the beginning and then slow it a bit down because I want to tire them out with a little quick acceleration as we hit the bottom of the climb. So right now it's just getting to the bottom of the climb. Okay, now. So I'll have to put it on 75 at the beginning here. I think I got it a little bit too late. I sped it up a bit too fast here. So I have Nibali. Nibali has to counter this. He's in the blue jersey, of course. We have Martinez from my team trying to close the gap up to me. Adam Yates, Henao, Uran, all moves up. Roland, all of the top 10 guys now they have to follow me. Amador, Simon Yates as well. Craddock, Pantano. I don't know if there's any rider who isn't here. There probably is. Henao, Yates, already struggling. Seems like I have gotten away with Henao. That's a pretty good result for me. Go on the inside of the breakaway rider here, Nordhaug. It seems to be the worst rider from the breakaway today, at least on this climb. Little 9-man breakaway here. Put this pace on 65 now because there's still a long way to go. Don't know, I'm hoping a bit that he now gets blocked here, but it does manage to find a hole in the breakaway. And now they try to get on my wheel. And now is just hanging on. Seems like he's struggling a bit, but Astana has set up a train down in the... They want to catch him now, and me, of course. They still consider... They probably still think they can win overall, even though they pretty much have no chance of it. They actually keep on quite well, the riders in the breakaway. The Ghent, Visconti still hangs on. He got like 10th in the last stage, or 2 stages ago. I can't remember exactly which one it was. Dombrovski moves up again. And now... It's not on my wheel, so it's not really gaining that much from sitting there. He's still riding at his own pace. He can't really get up to me. He keeps on trying and he keeps on failing. I'll just go down and get some water here. And now put up to 70. He now got a little break here. We have Astana now. Is that both Pinot and Nibali, I would imagine? Yeah, Astana trains comes back up, and that pretty much signals the death of Pinot. Him just hanging over his steering wheel there at the end. Oh, come into the gravel section here. I completely forgot about this. I don't know if that actually changes anything about the race should ride it. I don't think it does. It doesn't. It's not like you need to be good at couples classics to do the color of Del Finestre. He now is actually holding on surprisingly well. He's not struggling at all, it seems. Of course, he's pretty much using the same amount of energy as me sitting here. Nibali, of course, just behind me. Put up 75 just at the last. Oh, and that pretty much cracked Henao here. He'll probably slowly be caught up by Nibali now and overtaking. And I think Nibali will probably overtake me and win the stage as well. He's been really strong the last 2 days, and I don't think I have much chance against him. I just looked at Yates, Pinot, Amador, Uran down here. One, of course, trying to defend his second place from Nibali, but it seems pretty difficult right now, seeing that Nibali is already 3 minutes ahead of him. And I actually have a pretty big gap to him as well. Surprisingly big gap as well. I didn't expect to be leading by this much. I'm actually gaining time on Nibali as well now. Have a little downhill section here. The last part isn't that steep, Sestriere, of course, but still a lot of things who could happen. I am regaining energy here. Nibali has dropped Henao and is now in solo chase of me. I've pretty much secured the Mountain Jersey by winning that one. 206. I'm winning the Mountain Jersey by over 100 points right now. That is pretty crazy. As well as winning the green jersey and under 25 jersey, and of course the pink jersey as well. Last 10 kilometers of the final important stage of this Giro. This looks really well for me right now. Still a minute gap down to Nibali. I can put it up to 70 here. I will take my energy gel, put my meter up to 70, just increase the pace a bit here. It isn't that steep, so I feel like I have the ability to do so. One minute and 13 right now, 1:10. I will win the stage by over a minute, which also means that this was a little secret goal of mine. I'm going to beat every single rider in the Giro d'Italia by over 10 minutes overall. That's pretty amazing. I'm really happy about this. Nibali comes in here. Actually 1 minute and 30 after me. I don't know really know. Let's check the profile here. We have Henao and Amador in 4th actually. That means he's probably going to overtake Simon Yates, depending on how far after he is. Adam Yates here. So he probably he defends his top 5 from Henao, I would say. So Uran had a bad last stage here. I don't know where Simon Yates is. Pinot, of course, worked really hard for Nibali, but Nibali didn't manage to close the gap to me by himself. Still 9 minutes and 8th place comes here. There's some really big gaps here. Sakarin takes 9, 10 minutes Kanga and Posuivo, 2 Astana riders close up to top 10. 4 Astana riders in top 10, but they couldn't do anything overall. Here comes Simon Yates. I think he lost his 6th place, maybe even more on this stage, because there were some crazy gaps. And yeah, let's just take the overall standings now. And here we have it. Not official yet, but I don't think anything crazy will happen on the last stage. But this is pretty much the end results of this Giro d'Italia. I'm actually the winner of a Grand Tour now. So excited about it. Nibali ends up in 2nd, Uran 3rd. Adam Yates takes 4th. He now takes 5th. Sam Yates loses a lot on the last stage and ends up taking 7th after Amador, Pinot in 8th, Sakharin 9th, and Roland does get overtaken by Sakharin as I predicted and ends up in 10th and rounds off the top 10. The mountain jersey, there's no mountain sprints on the last stage, so I end up winning it by over 100 points for Nibali. He now is the only other guy over 100 points in the mountain classification. Point standings, I ended up winning this over as well. Viviani is probably the guy who's going to win the last stage, I would imagine. So he's probably going to take like 5th overall, but still you can see this race has been pretty dominated by climbers. Young riders, of course, the same classification. Yeah, beating Adam Yates and Hinao by over 20 minutes each. And team classification, I end up in 6th on today's stage and 8th overall, and nothing will probably change here either. Astana and Team Sky are pretty close actually. Astana takes it by a brilliant last stage here, where they gain 8 minutes compared to Sky, who had a pretty horrible stage and absolutely threw the team competition at the end. Let's get the sprint of the last stage and the podium results. Okay, we have reached the sprint. I'm just going at it for fun, doing my own pace. I'm starting my own sprint train. Whoever wants to join my sprint train can do it, because I know my own sprinter is not going to do. He's been working for me the entire stage, even though there's no threat in the breakaway, or there were no threat in the breakaway. Now I'm just blocking Cavendish's train, because why not? Yeah, let's see. I think it's Van Poppel, Cavendish, Rato. Viviana's won a lot of stages. He's sitting right down here. Sprint! And I'm starting the sprint with my amazing 61 sprint and 67 acceleration. Oh my god, look at the speed he's going with. John Epson guy start the sprint and now it's pretty much... Oh, Sarro is actually sitting quite a way up front. But look at Viviani. I told you he was the best guy, but Sarro takes... I think he's taken 30, almost beats Cavendish in this sprint. That's surprisingly well. 3rd place to finish off with. I almost get top 10. I think I got like 20th. That's a great result in the little mass sprint. And now all we need to see is me getting my 4 jerseys and the trophy for the winner of this year's Giro d'Italia. Wow, what an amazing job. Viviani wins it, yes, nicely done. Oh, I forgot to check the trophies. Whatever, don't really care, because now what I really wanted to see, honestly, was my XP bonus. Do I get a great XP bonus for winning Giro d'Italia? Probably not. Do I get anything? I hope so, at least. Yeah, I win overall, 20th place on the last stage. End up taking Mount jersey, taking the point jersey as well, Young Riders jersey as well, and we ended up 8th in the team classifications. So let's check out if I got an XP. Oh, 150 XP plus 70. That's 220 XP. That's almost, you can see here, that's where I were before. I'm so close now to leveling up to level 20. I'm training in Puncher right now because I want to have a better chance in some of the Hill Classics as well later on. Because once I've won all of the Grand Tours, I want to move over to targeting the monuments instead and try and win everything that's possible for a rider of my caliber. Which means pretty much every monument apart from maybe Milano-San Remo and Ronde van Vlaanderen and Paris-Roubaix. So pretty much only Liège and Giro di Lombardia. That's pretty much all I have a chance in. But yeah, really nice result here. As you can see, I've unlocked 4 more jerseys here. Still need this one. This one is going to be hard, and this one's going to be hard because I only have 2 years to actually achieve those goals. So I have to get them quickly. And of course the green jersey as well in both of these races are going to be pretty tough as well. But the only thing to do is to try it. If you enjoyed this Giro d'Italia and enjoyed watching me destroy the competition once again, then remember to leave a comment and a like. And on Friday I'll start recording a new game actually. It's NBA 2K16. I think it releases early access. On Friday I'll be starting a pro career mode, or my career mode as it's called in that game. I'm pretty much doing the same thing as I'm doing here, just in another sport. So hopefully it'll turn out pretty well, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it just as much as you seem to enjoy this series. But yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.